Hi, welcome to Sunday morning coffee. Grab your coffee cup, your teacup, or your water, and maybe your fancy green smoothie thingy, majingy, and join us this morning. We're going to talk about toxic caregiving. Now, I know this topic kind of sounds deeper, intense, and it might be, I guess, for some of us, maybe for most of us as empaths, because we have a tendency to over caregive. We're going to talk about that and how to recognize that, okay, to course correct. I think I'm crooked here this morning. Let's see. I'm definitely not straight, but I'm kind of crooked this morning. All right, let's see. Gotta check my sound quality here. Nice to see you. Good morning in the chat. On Sundays, we're live streaming as much as possible for our Sunday morning coffee episodes. And on Mondays, we do our video for the week. So let's see here. Okay, good. We're looking good in the neighborhood. Hey, good morning. Hey, Jeannie, nice to see ya. Welcome to the chat. Okay. Today I'm going to use my Santa Belly mug to celebrate all of the snow that we're getting here in Minnesota. So it started snowing last night, and it's going to be snowing off and on, I think, until Monday or Tuesday. And in different parts of the states, there's projections for different kinds of weather. So it could be sleety, rainy, icy, snowy, depends on where you're at. So if you're in Minnesota, hey, we'll see what happens, right? It's that unknown. So I thought I'm going to celebrate the energy vibes of the holiday season with that spring snowfall. Hazelnut coffee this morning is what it is. It's hazelnut. And I'm getting to the bottom of the barrel of my coffee. And so I had to use hazelnut, which is fine. I like hazelnut, but some days, I like that vanilla. Some days I just like the nice, strong coffee. And, other times I have tea. I actually do have a teacup here, but I don't have tea in it. I just have hot water. Not that y'all needed to know all that. Let's settle in this morning and talk about toxic caregiving. As empaths, our hearts are open and they are flowing, and we are so gifted in this heart space. We are so filled with just this desire to have other people that are in our sphere, to have them be feeling good, right? To have them have a life that is optimistic and hopeful, because that's what we want for ourselves, right? Yeah, I'm really, something's up here. I feel very, oh, you know what? I think my camera I'm getting kind of a weird, do you see that on the screen? Oh, something's up. Oh, that's interesting. I literally just said to my partner this morning that I'm like, I haven't channeled in a long time. Maybe I should channel. Maybe that's what's happening. This is a coffee podcast, though. We got coffee. We're talking. Let's see what's going to happen here. And in full transparency, I haven't wanted to channel or be in the in-between state. In fact, even when I've been asked to do mediumship, which is connecting with the afterlife in private sessions, I've declined to do it, because having been in that space myself, I can feel it in my third eye too. Ooh. I'm clairvoyant, so I see. That's one of my primary channels, in addition to the empathic clairsentience, which is your heart space. Being an empath is called clairsentience when it's like considered a psychic. gift thing, which is just a skill set. Okay, it's just a skill set. It's like not that big a deal. All right. So you guys are just going to watch me do what I would do normally when I'm by myself and having a conversation with my spirit team. I see the wise woman archetypal energy. The wise woman archetypal energy is one that carries the walking stick or the staff, and she brings in an energy of alignment. She brings in clarity. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some channeling. So I'm just going to share a little bit. I'm going to ask for my spirit guides aligned with my highest good, the energy of truth, the creator, source, universe, prime consciousness. The grounded energies of my earth and ley lines and lineages to keep the energy pure and crystal clear for me, regardless of who watches and says nothing. Just being in a sacred space for myself is extremely imperative at this time. I know this. I've been cocooned in a bubble to protect myself, my energy, my sensitivity, and my heightened awareness as I've been up leveling and continuing to try to process. I'm trying to talk louder. It's hard to try. I've expressed a desire to process the near-death experience I had, and I don't even like to call it a near-death experience because I was there. Like I was in between the spaces and seeing and watching all the souls on those balconies with their spirit guides, making decisions as to their next steps, like an agenda on a cruise or something, deciding what to keep for the next lifetime and what to release because it was just too much. It was just too much. And that's why I haven't done mediumship or channeling, because I have not processed my time in the in-between the worlds, and I don't know what to make of it for myself. And with all the doctor's appointments and specialists that I've been to and will continue to go to, because I love my beautiful body and she has carried me. And I am so grateful for this body of mine. And with the mysteries of the unknown, like the wise woman has said to me, you are the living ancestor. You are now that. You are the levels of the sage. You are being that now. Because the truth is, you guys, I'm not going to discuss my personal medical stuff here because that is information that I'll share with my family and close friends, but I'll share as much as I can to help inspire other people to live their life to the fullest, even if they have terminal illness or a diagnosis that is not optimistic or hopeful. I will share what I can about health, about heart disease, about wellness, about aortic dissection, about just being present and appreciating, not even appreciating, it's about what life means for you, because now I am so different. I'm so different. I'm just so different. And with that, I can see the sharp contrast to the patterns that have been toxic for me in my life, in times where I have clarity about the life I have for now. And the understanding of how important it is to be compassionate toward ourselves and stop trying to fix others. Stop trying to fix ourselves. I can't fix this. I can't. You see this scar that I have? I can't fix it. It goes all the way down into parts that have not been repaired. I can't fix. Nor will I try anymore. When you're a parent and you have children and you have experiences like I've had in the last 5 months, the miracle of this body, how it's healed, how I can move now and stretch and bend and wiggle and twist and hold my body weight and do the planks and do the weights and things muscularly, and then acknowledging that there's this whole mysterious interworking of all these organs that are fed by this tube that is not its best within me, and having no control over that. I have no control over that, you guys. I can't see inside my body like the doctors do and know for sure that it's okay. But instead, I can see the look on their face when they tell me that what they see. And what does that mean? What does it mean for me? And instead of turning my efforts to allowing myself this space to understand what this means. I mean, I'm a psychic person. I have talked to dead people. I have been in the in-between often, intuitively, and I'm comfortable there. I'm not afraid of that at all. And yet being there in that space and then recognizing that there is this life here that I hold and the people I care for, I hold tight to, like my children. So tight that I might squish them in my hand, trying to keep them safe, like a little kid like squishes a flower and trying to keep it safe. And I've done that to myself. I've squished myself trying to keep me safe from life, from experiences, from other people's opinions and views. And you understand this because you've been in that place. What will they think? Why don't they love me? Why do they love me? Why? I'm not that great, people. I'm really not. And yet, I am fucking amazing. Why do they not see that? That contrast and wanting to take care of them and making sure that they're okay and that they have the skills that they need when I'm not there, when I'm not here. And maybe part of this toxic caregiving piece is about me feeling that guilt, honestly. And the patterns of stepping in and taking care of things, just taking care of it because I just take care of it. Oh, you need money for rent? I'll take care of it. Oh, you need, X, Y, and Z. Oh, I'll take care of it. Oh, you need me to listen to you for 30 minutes. I'll do that. Oh, you need this, but I need this, and your needs are more important than mine, or, all this weird humaning that we do. I think in that space, there was a lot of freedom and feeling of what love really is and what it looks like. It's not what we think it is. It's not what you can do for somebody or how you make them feel. It's not proving your worth or your value. It's not overgiving so that they think you are the only one that can meet their needs. And by the way, us meeting each other's needs, what the hell? When did that become this thing? Like, the more I can meet your needs, the better I am going to be as a partner, as a person to you. But the truth is, no, I need to meet my needs. And part of that is my own discernment between my value system and what I'm discovering or seeing from somebody else's actions, if it's a match or a fit or not. And it's not always going to be like perfectly lined up, but what are deal breakers and what are not? And I have a list now. These are the things that I need. And these are the things that I am going to do to be in service to those needs for me. And right now, doing channeling and mediumship isn't that honoring of my personal needs. That's trying to people please. That's trying to make sure I please the viewers on my YouTube channel, which the truth is that you guys who show up here on like Sunday morning coffee and you guys who watch, you are the reason I'm here. You empathic heart. You are the reason why I want to continue to talk about intuition, continue to bring in this energy so that you can shift and clear your own energy just by listening to whatever I'm sharing, because what I'm sharing comes through as medicine, droplets of light, vibrational energies from grid systems that you have asked to be receiving of and from. And I am happy to be that channel for you. Whatever that looks like for you today, whatever that means for you today. You are here and I am here, and we have some kind of beautiful exchange that happens here. And it doesn't matter about numbers it's never really been about that. The reason why I did a YouTube channel in the first place was just to share what I have to share. And it's a great way to let people get to know me so that if they want a great intuitive coach or somebody who can work with the energies, then they know that they can trust me. And to give people experiences, to give you opportunities for experiences that are intuitive and psychic, that are not scary, that are genuine and authentic. I think sometimes we redirect into this overgiving state so that we are that go-to. We talk ourselves into, and we put ourselves into scenarios over and over and over again where we're overgiving so much that we're getting burned out and exhausted. And we're doing it because why? Why? For what? For value? For somebody to love us? For somebody to say, yeah, you're great, and then move along to the next person? Like what? Why are we doing that? Because there's a place inside us that somehow needs to feel fulfillment or connection. And connection is a very real human thing that comes through from our spirits. We're trying to connect with other souls, but that doesn't happen when we're over taking care of them. We're taking care of them so much that we're suffocating them, that we're basically doing things for them that they can do for themselves. And that is not helping them learn or grow or expand. And it can be so hard to watch them struggle. and feeling like we know the answers because we know the answers because we are so smart about other people's business, but our own, no, thanks. I don't need your advice. I see how you handle your love life. I don't need your advice about that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I am a toxic caregiver. I am doing so much for other people because I can't handle dealing with my own sense of lack, sense of insecurity, sense of it's like I'm trying to ignore the things I need to heal. And I'm looking to other people to fill those voids and gaps within me. And that's natural, by the way. We all do that. I do that. I totally do that. But here and now, this toxic caregiving piece, think about it that way. Think about the toxic caregiving. Overboard, overdoing. That any kind of skill that you overuse becomes a detriment. It becomes a negative, not a positive. You become so wrapped up in the identity of the relationship you have with another person that you don't have a relationship with yourself. That's the problem with the toxic piece of caregiving. Caregiver. You can give, yes. You can be caring, yes. And you can be toxic when you buy in to the old school structure of your value and worthiness. Just think about the long-term, old traditional roles of women in multiple societies. What is the role of the women? What are the expectations of the women? Like, we don't need continued hierarchy. So when you're caregiving and, oh, look at you, you're so great, you're giving up so much, you're sacrificing so much, you're sacrificing, okay, martyr. Martyr much? Look up the term martyr and really sit with yourself and let yourself journal about the term martyr and make sure that you are not in that space. That is not a role you need to fulfill in this lifetime, especially if you're in a womanly body or if you identify as a woman. You've already checked that box multiple times. You don't need to relive that. We don't need to perpetuate the stereotypes and the negatives that our society has been sliding backwards into. Remember when we talked about multiple timelines last week and how timelines are so messed up and happening at the same time? If you didn't see that video, go watch our Monday video about timelines from last week, okay? From St. Patrick's week, so like March 18th. To not contribute to continuing to perpetuate stereotypes, to continuing to fulfill roles that distract you from your life purpose, from the meaning of your life. And I'm saying this as much for myself. By the way, I listen to these after. I'll go just jump on the treadmill and I'll walk and I'll listen. And I'll receive too. I'll receive the message. As you know, I'm not saying caregiving is bad. Caring about other people, showing up and being in relationships. No, I'm not that jaded to think that, oh, that's so bad. Everybody be out for yourself. I'm not saying that. However, using other people through caregiving is just as bad as using other people in general. Because you're using them because they're weaker or less than, or you're making assumptions about how much better you are than they are. And then you're talking about it to everybody else so that you can get the atta girl, atta boy. Oh, you're such a good person. Oh, you're such a saint. We know what happened to the saints and stuff, don't we? Yeah, most of them were persecuted. Do you really want to continue that legacy? No. Do not continue the legacy of martyrdom. Do not continue the legacy of many women before us who have lost their identities, completely lost them. That's not to say that happiness can't come from being in a loving relationship with someone else or having children and being in roles like as a teacher, as a mother, as a nurse, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a healer. All of those things are beautiful and loving opportunities to express the joyful spirit that you are and share your gifts. But when you are caregiving in order to distract from your own healing, from your own personal patterns, to find your identity in another, to expect other people and other things to give you satisfaction, joy, and fulfillment, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You're sorely mistaken about the point of you being here in this lifetime. And then you're creating more of the problems that are happening in society. You're feeding right into the toxic religion stuff that's now happening, and to the extremes of the political world, and to the extremes of of cultural wars, and all the things that are like, all people, things are going off the deep end. It's like the world is flat, everybody, and we're falling off. People are just going to the edge and falling off. You're perpetuating that. You are part of the problem. I am part of the problem when I am in that toxic caregiving role, like with my children, is what I think of a lot. Or with other people, when other people come into your life, and we're all constantly healing and evolving. I really believe, as you know, that healing is a lifestyle. It is the way of living. Healing is not an event. We can have opportunities where we have major healing shifts that happen and big pieces of our life puzzle that come in and click into place, and it just propels us into a beautiful momentum into the next thing, the next phase of our life, the next stage of our living, the next place of our purpose, right? But healing is a way of living and being. And so we are always healing. We're always working on ourselves, not because we're just these broken little pieces, but because we want to grow, to expand, to find new ways to connect with each other. And we do that through healing stuff, through like healing groups, through groups online, through social interest groups, through hobbies, and meeting other people. Like, we're healing ourselves in those cases. And we do it through things like counseling and acupuncture and chiropractic care and alternative healing modalities, and through education and creative sharing and expression, through writing and art and jewelry making. And just, there's so many ways that we are healing and expressing healing. And we do it with connection. So you can be in a relationship when you're not fully healed, because if you're healed, you're not here. Why would you be here? You'd be dead. You'd be dead. And by the way, from what I saw in that in-between space, ain't everybody healed there either. Okay? Unless you're a spirit guide in that next go round, then maybe you are healed. I don't know. Because healed is not a completion. Healing is not a complete destiny. It's not a goal. It's a process. It's a day-to-day lifestyle choice that we make. And so when we're stepping into old patterns that society kind of has been pushing on us, even in the healing realms and the spiritual realms, look at the spiritual people. Oh my gosh, people are like, it's like the Dollar Tree on TikTok. Oh, I got a card deck, so I'm going to do all your psychic readings for you. Are you ready? Oh, and pay me, by the way. You don't know me from anybody, but just naturally trust me instinctively. No, that's not how it works. Healing is relationship-based. Spirituality, psychicness, intuition, healing, it's relationship-based. So the toxic part of caregiving is a part that we have just overused our caregiving. We've misunderstood that. We've taken it upon us as a role instead of as a way that we interact with each other. We should be caregiving to each other all the time. Caregiving should be a part of our friendships and our partnerships and our just all of the ways that we connect with people, so that we don't overdo it and find an identity in it and hold on to it. We have to be comfortable in the discomfort of the flow and the change and the evolution of healing. And when we find other people who also need healing in their own right, or who are working on their own healing, we just honor and respect where they're at in their process. And we have conversations with them and communicate with each other about what we need. Like, when I'm doing this, I need this, and this is what I'm going to do. Like, we need to be self-aware enough to be able to articulate to our partners and the people that we're in connection with what we do when we have those needs, when we have those moments where we isolate, and at what point is the isolation not healthy? At what point is the disconnection or detachment? Because that's what I do. I disconnect. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm out. In fact, somebody told me once that I had a switch, and if you flip the switch, it's done. Like, I'm just done. And that was very, very accurate. But then for a long time, for the last like 3 years, I no switch. And right now, no switch. Like, I don't have a switch. I don't have a switch anymore. I can't just turn off my emotions and my feelings and my attachments to people. But I can now acknowledge when I'm feeling that need to be in my own space, to feel myself, is very, very healthy. The point at which it goes into the toxic place is when I'm like, just cut people out or just shut them down, and I'm not willing to have the conversations, or I'm not willing to say, this is what I need right now. Even if the other person's saying, yeah, but I need this, I need this, I need this. I'm like, yeah, but I need these things, and I have to take care of myself. And learning to do that has been very hard for me personally. Instead of just disconnecting and detaching and not talking to somebody, or just being like, I'm done, I'm out, like hanging up the phone. I am good for that. I'm like, click, I can't talk to you anymore. I can't talk to you anymore. Click. At least I say that now. I can't talk right now. I can't talk anymore. I need a break. I need a break. So I got to process my feelings and emotions, because yours are coming at me so much that I don't know how to make it so that you feel seen, heard, okay, while at the same time I'm like, I have a whole bunch of feelings about this, and if I respond to you with them, you're going to take it on as a whole bunch of stuff about you, when it's really my feelings, and then I'm going to feel bad, like I shouldn't have these feelings. And then, you see what I'm saying? It's a toxic thing that starts to happen. So we have to be so self-aware that we say, hey, this is what I need right now. And then we need to do that. We need to follow through on the behavior. Follow through. Even if the other person's like, but yeah, I really want to talk to you, or no, but this is how I feel, and this and this and this, and you know how they feel, and you don't want them to feel bad, and you know that when you leave the conversation, they're going to feel bad, and they're going to think it's about them. And really, they have to deal with that part. You have to deal with your part, and then you have to communicate to each other. And the part that we have a problem with, I think, in this toxic caregiving place, is that there's this assumption that one person is more advanced or evolved than the other person is, or one person like gets to be upset at one time, and so we take turns. Like, you're upset, so I'm just going to listen, and I have all sorts of feelings about what you're doing, what you're saying to me, and I'm not going to respond because you're expressing. But then at some point it's like, but I have a whole bunch of feelings now that I've tucked inside me about what you just said, and I don't have room or space to express them. So how does that work? How does that work? Where's the balance? There's no balance. And sooner or later, those feelings build up, and they become resentments. And then there's more need for healing. There's more that needs to happen then, right? There's so much here. There's so much that we could talk about in regards to healing and relationships. And this, like, I'm going to step in and just be the caregiver, because then I don't have to feel my feelings. I can just stuff them. I can just detach from them. And I am like, just considered an angel. Look at how perfect I am taking care of everybody else's business instead of my own. Mm, 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 mm. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, them, they. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. I guess I had a lot of feelings in there. Maybe I was stuffing them. Do you think I was? Potentially. Gosh. Oh, you guys, it's like therapy. How about we do a little ring of the bell? I brought this bowl in, by the way. I used it the other day, I think on the March 18th video. And this is the bowl that I have that I love so much right now. We have like I think 5 or 6 of them, but this is my favorite right now. And I have it right by the door coming in and out of the office here. And I just ding it when I come in and out, and it kind of clears the energy of the space. So let's do that, since I kind of feel like I did a little bit of a la 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 for you guys. But see, we're friends. Like, we're just having coffee together on Sunday. That's what this podcast is about, right? It's getting really long, you guys. I'm so long-winded today. I want to talk to you in the chat. I didn't bring my glasses down, so that'll be interesting. We'll see. Let's do a little ding of this. I know for some people, the vibrations are very unique and special. And for others, it's too hard. It's too sensory. So cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Are you ready? And then just breathe it in. It might not be your tone. If you don't like it, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just not yours. I did so much last week with my ancestry journey. I did a lot of cool things I want to talk to you about tomorrow. And I also had an inspiring psychic experience group that we did a bunch of healing work in this last week. And you can join the inspiring psychic experience. I do it once a month, usually. In April, I'm doing a twin flame group again, but it's going to be a little bit different. So then the next inspiring psychic experience group is in the early part of May. And I know that sounds like a long time away, but it's not. So you can join that group. It's a Zoom group, and it was so lovely. And there was only 6 of us, I think, in there. And we spent almost 2 hours together, and we did healing and we had conversations. It was such a cohesive group, and people were heard and they shared. And oh my gosh, I felt so full as someone that was privileged to be able to be part of that healing space. It was so amazing. It was amazing. And I'm like, wow, I just worked, and it was so uplifting. So thank you to those of you who were in that group. So much love to you. I know many of you watch. So I'm thinking about you all. Let's say hello. I already said hello to my Dreamy Genie. Hello, Lisa. Hi. Hello, Florida, my Florida friend. Gail, haven't seen you in a while, girl. Oh my gosh. From Florida as well, yes. Irene, nice to see you. You are special. Oh, thank you, my dear. You're so sweet. You guys are so lovely. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love, and I feel it. I lived for my kids and grandkids, yeah. I lived for my kids and grandkids, and I didn't realize that I hindered their growth from my helping. Wow. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I have a dear, dear friend of mine that just became a Nana, and I sent her a beautiful gift. I'm not going to brag about it, but it was just a little care package for her. Like, I gave her an apron. Grandma got an apron. Well, she's Nana. She's so too young to be a grandma. She's so hip and cool. She's a Nana. And I gave her an apron that was bees. It was so cute, which is a priestess nod just for my friends who are priestesses. So those of you who are watching that, I do priestess coaching work for you. Divine feminine, you know it, girls, you know it. Hi, Grace. Good morning to you. And then I also gave the little baby a little tutu, so cute. I wish I would have taken a picture of it. And then a blanket that was a leopard print blanket as a baby girl. Gave her a leopard print blanket, had to give her that. Another nod to the goddess and the priestess. Oh, yes, you and I both know that, right? Yeah. And so grandma her Nana has to have that in her space with the little bassinet for the baby. And then I'm trying to think what else I got. I got a little overall set, a little overall. So I'm like, I had to get something a little more gender neutral because I love the fluidity of gender. I think it's so beautiful, artistic, creative expression. Love it. So yeah, so I did that. So that was so much fun to do that. It felt so good. And she's probably in here right now. She's probably not here online, but she's also a psychic. I am so blessed to have psychic friends, really good friends. Like some of my besties are one of my besties is a yoga instructor, and she is a priestess as well, with the 13 moon, and with the 13 moon mysteries. And then my other bestie is a snake priestess, and I get to see her hopefully in a week and a half. Still trying to decide if that's really going to fully happen. I'm hoping it's happening, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it's happening, so we'll see. Gotta make sure it's okay at the doctor. I'm gonna get some extra special meds if I'm gonna take that trip. But so. And then my other bestie, this one that's Niana, she's in Texas, and she is also a priestess, and she is into astrology, and she does. She has a Facebook group that she does on, I think once or twice a month now. I can't remember. She's getting really busy now. She does card readings. She's amazing. I trust her to do sessions for my kids and my siblings and my nieces and all that. So yeah, so it's really great to have people in my life like that I love and trust so much. So hey, Deja, hi. Oh, nice to see you, girl. Oh, I feel like you're my own kid. I really do. I just feel so proud of you. I just wanted to say that to you. I do. I feel really proud of you. Really, really proud of you. Hello to the Netherlands, to Travis. Temple of the Mystic Soul. Oh, somebody popped that one out. I'm not sure who that is. It's a little hard, isn't it, to have the handles? Because you don't really know who people are. It's like, what? I am on the TikTok right now. We'll see what happens with that in the future. Above Life channel is on TikTok. I am going to pick up, I'm going to jump back onto Instagram. I have not been on Instagram for quite some time because I've had to focus where I'm going to spend my time. And I'm going to go to Facebook. My next adventure, though, you guys, to connect with you, besides here on Sundays and Mondays, is going to be on Facebook, I think. That feels right to me. To go to Facebook and do a live stream once a week. If I can do it once a week, I'm going to try to do that because I think the interaction there is going to be good. So I think that's going to be my next place. Although I do post on TikTok, they're inspiring little videos and vignettes and things. Like when I went to the labyrinths, I posted about that. And when I saw the deer animal totem, I posted about that. And I'm also going to be doing some YouTube shorts. You'll see some. Did you see the one for Sunday morning coffee? I did some promos. I did them yesterday morning when I was like, coffee, I need coffee. And videos with me just literally just getting out of bed with my hair everywhere, which I have a haircut this week. So that's something that's coming up. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet. Because this is long, you guys. It's really getting long. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it long. I love it shaved, as you know, and I like it short, but I also kind of like just popping it up. It's kind of really nice. I kind of get how you girlies and you gents that have, and I really got to stop using gender specific pronouns. I really am working on it. I have a queer and transgender workbook that I'm working on that It's becoming more than Sunday morning coffee. That I would recommend to anybody that is exploring their sexuality or their gender. This is amazing. I'm working on this with my counselor right now. I just love the beautiful fluidity of gender, you guys. I really do. I just love it. So I have people who identify as men that are clients that have the most beautiful long hair I've ever seen. And I'm just like, wow, so beautiful, such beautiful souls. I'm like, oh, I love the long hair. It's gorgeous. I just don't like it on me because I just put it up anyway. I'm just going to put it up anyway. But I don't know because when you go to the hospital and stuff like that, it's like you don't you want things to be as easy as possible. You don't want, like, if I have really short hair, who knows what it's going to look like when it's all like sticking out all over the place and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you kind of think about stuff like that after you've been through what I've been through. It's like, okay, so if I end up in a scenario like that, how am I going to, I don't know. For me, this, because my hair is a part of me that's I so identify with as myself. Like my expression has been my hair, right? And I've embodied that and embraced it. That's been a huge healing journey for me because I used to get teased so much for that. So I should talk about some of that stuff and identity and sexuality and gender and things. We are going to have deeper discussions on Above Life channel about things like that. So, and if that's not your jam or your vibe or it doesn't touch your life personally, totally fine. Just don't listen that day. Jump back in another day. It's all right. It's totally fine. Nothing's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll try not to offend everybody. Like, I don't want to offend Catholic people. I don't want to offend Republicans. I don't want to offend, I want to be nice because I have a lot of friends who have a lot of different value systems, and that's okay. As long as they're good, kind-hearted people and empathic people, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's all right. That's what makes us beautiful and expressive. It's like art. We're art. We all have different views and affiliations and all that. It's okay. As long as it's not something that's harmful, then, and that is up for interpretation, right? Oh my gosh, the Sunday morning coffee is getting long, you guys. I apologize for keeping you. My Santa mug. Yes, Santa. If you missed the beginning of my conversation, you won't be able to see it, I don't think. It's snowing out. Yeah. In March. It's okay. It's our last hurrah. So I think I'm going to watch some Christmas movies today. No. Actually, I did last night. I watched Polar Express. I am not kidding. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, all right, my lovies. Nice to see you. Yay, gender fluidity. Yes. Yep. We'll talk about that stuff. Hi, Queen. Oh, girl. So glad to see you. The Queen is in the house. The Queen has arrived. Let's do another little bell. Oops, sorry. Bell ring. I know that some of you are very sensory. As empaths, you can be very sensory. So if this isn't your jam, just feel free to put that on mute, okay? We're going to do a little this. We're going to do a little breathing, get into our bodies, and then move into our day, okay? I might have to run to the grocery store to get some snacks for my afternoon because I have a full, like 3 to 4 hour stuff that I'm doing this afternoon for me. So I got some mentoring stuff going on. So here we go. Ready? Are you ready? Oh, I see that wise woman energy joining us once again. I also see the cat. I see Bast or Bastet, however you see her, the Egyptian goddess energy of the cat, the black cat. She could be a jaguar for some of you, totem animal spirit meaning, or potentially, no, she feels like a jaguar. She's a black cat. She might be a panther. Sorry, that one was a big one. She could be a panther. Panther or jaguar, more things you could journal about. One more just for breathing, nice and quiet. Thank you. Thank you for being here in this unique Sunday morning coffee. I literally feel like I'm just hanging out with my friends talking today. I love that. Some days I don't feel like that. Today I feel like that. So much love to all of you in the chat. Remember that there are opportunities for sessions, for group sessions, for different kinds of services that will be posted in the description of this and all my videos now. So that will be up and available. Yes, I am taking private clients again. And so, yeah, I look forward to being part of your journey. So we'll talk tomorrow. That's the plan on Monday. I'm going to try to remember to fill you in on the ancestral stuff. Maybe we'll talk about ancestors and what that means. That sounds like a good topic, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. So much love to you all. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I hope that we've inspired your spirit today and filled you with some hope and encouraged you to live your life as always, because this is your life and you get to live it. Okay? Just live it. Thanks for being here.